Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Mistplay and give you guys some background as to what it is, and I'm also going to go over some gameplay and some strategy I use while playing Castle Duels. Alright, first off, Mistplay is basically an app where you download games and you play them and complete quests and you earn tokens. These tokens can be used and traded in to get gift cards for Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, just a variety of fast food or department stores. And I think you can also get Visa gift cards. As of right now, I've earned about $100 worth, and I'm close to getting another 100. But I've put quite a few hours into the app, and I wouldn't say it's a great side hustle or anything, but it's a fun way to get extra money on the side, and you can spend it after a while once you earn enough. Now, in terms of games, there's not a giant library of games on Mistplay, but there are quite a bit to choose from a couple different genres, so you can usually find something that you want to play, even if you play for a little bit, then move on to the next one, which is actually, I think, the better strategy if you want to earn a lot of money, or earn more money, I should say. Alright, I think that's enough about Mistplay. I'm going to get into the gameplay in the background and just discuss my strategy and how I approach each game. So starting off, I don't usually merge a whole lot of units at the beginning of the game. I want to save the merges and use the patterns to level up other other units, or destroy rocks to get more mana. I kind of look at it as getting rewards for doing merges. So a couple of rewards you can get would be you merge a unit which destroys a rock, so you get mana as a reward. Or you merge a unit which the pattern falls on top of other units and increases their level. And if you do a merge and you just increase the evolution of the unit you're merging. So when I'm merging, I try to weigh those options and just see if it's worth it to merge the unit at that time, because you do run out of mana each round. It's a limited resource, and you have to kind of plan which units you're going to merge, if there's units in the pattern that you're going to level up, and if there's rocks in the way that you want to destroy to get more mana. So if I have the option of destroying rocks, I'll usually go for that, or leveling up some units. I try not to waste my merges on empty spaces, because it's basically a waste and you don't really get anything from it. It's better off just to wait till the next round. You can take a loss of the round if you want to save and merge units later on. I've gotten quite a few wins just by doing that and seeing the other person rush to merge all their units at once, and they end up not having high enough level units and lose the match. The general rule that I follow is if the merge is going to have at least one blank space in it, I'm okay using that. But if there's more than one blank space and there's basically two wasted areas that are not going to give a unit a level up or break any rocks, then I generally won't do that. Now, diving into a little more of the strategy, I do try to keep my tank units at the front of the line so that they can absorb damage, just like the meat shields they are. And I try to get my attack units somewhere behind them and my support units at the back row. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's the general idea of my strategy for the game. And I also like to mix up my team sometimes. There are times where I don't take a support unit and I'll just take 2 tanks and some DPS. Maybe a control unit, it depends. Depends on how I'm feeling and what I want to do that day, what I want to try. There's so many different options. You can try many different things. And if you look at the top of the leaderboards, which sometimes I will, you can find some of the team combinations that work really well for people. And I like to take those and maybe modify them a little bit with some of the units that I really enjoy using. Now that covers most of my strategy throughout the matches. The only thing I'll add is that at the end of the matches, you will start having to make duplicate units, so you kind of want to think about which units you want a duplicate of. Sometimes it's good to go double tank, or maybe you want more DPS. I generally don't go for support, but sometimes it can be useful if you need the heals. And I'll also talk about recycling units. I'll call it recycling. I don't know what the actual term is, but you basically take a unit and pull it to the bottom of the screen, which gives you a little more mana. It doesn't give you the same amount of mana that it costs to get the unit, which is 3. Normally it gives you 2, and then the more you recycle a unit, it gives you less and less. So eventually you'll get 1, and then you'll get 0. So you really do need to plan at the end of the game which unit you want to increase, because you may be getting a lot of a certain unit and not of one that you actually want to evolve. So I recycle the one you're not getting a lot of and just keep trying to get more of the units that you have the most of and just evolve that unit. That seems to be a good strategy that I've been using throughout most of my matches. I think I covered everything I wanted to in this video. Just give a little bit of background on Mistplay and what it is, and provide a little bit of strategy and insight into how I approach this game. You guys can kind of handle it the same way if you want. The tips may help, but play it as you want and just have fun with it. Alright, before I end the video, I'm going to throw two lists on the screen. One's going to be some of the things I talked about regarding Mistplay, and the other list is going to be some of the gameplay tips that I talked about. And keep your eyes open for my next video. I'm possibly doing some more guides on specific things in the game, or maybe look at each hero or unit and just give a bit of background on each of those units and maybe test them out, try a couple different combinations with them. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, guys, peace.